And we're on to chapter 4. A hunting we will go.
I was waiting for you to sing it more.
It only says it once.
A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go.
Hi ho the Dario.
A hunting we will go. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I was trumpeting earlier, or horning earlier.
Beautiful.
Yep.
How lovely,
says Frankincense.
How wonderful to see you both. I've been looking forward to this day. I hope you haven't all been having fun without me.
Oh, well,
says Rory, making fumbling movements with his hands.
Not at all. Glad you're here and all that.
I hear that we have some interesting guests to mingle with. An Inspector Ambrose, old Colonel Firestone, that strange huswoman, and dear Mopsy naturally. Such a shame about her and things, don't you think? It's so sad when true love is thwarted.
I think he's trying to summon Thulu.
Okay, I have to channel summoning Cthulhu.
Rory utters incoherently.
I hear that one of the guests, the esteemed professor of psychology, Clarence Curie, will not be attending. Isn't that sad? He is, of course, a very brilliant man. I think that we could all stand some improving intellectual discourse. There's simply not enough of it these days. But he's had some sort of incident down at the train station on the way here, and has decided not to attend after all.
She reaches out and smooths Cinnamon Bun's flank. So that's the same professor we were reading the thing by earlier. The psychology thing that Rory was supposed to have read.
Ooh la la. I'm just going to throw in random French exclamations now to confuse people.
Rory's horse immediately calms down and even nuzzles Frankincense a bit. Oh yeah, she is good for Kelly because she's into animals.
Oh, merci.
What do I say?
Rory whispers to you. Well, we could tell him to say something loving and sweet. We could tell him to be genial. We could say to just comment on the weather, knowing that that is not what he should do. Or we could just be really awkward.
I mean, honestly, Rory doesn't seem that into her.
We're in an interesting position anyway, given...
I would tell him to probably say something about the weather.
Given that we had an affair with her and we're currently in love with him.
Yeah, it's too awkward. We can't try to... I mean, we're not thinking straight here, so let's be realistic. We'd probably be like, weather?
Okay. Comment upon the weather, I murmur, knowing that Frankincense must surely desire a word of affection from Rory.
Won't that be a bit like talking to a stranger?
Rory whispers. Trust me, sir.
What should I say?
Rory whispers.
They're just having this whispered conversation right in front of her.
Perhaps go on about the coolness of the season. You might go on and talk about that for a while if the mood strikes you.
The weather is a bit cool,
Rory says to Frankincense.
Truly, this autumn stands right between spring and winter in terms of the overall season. As it so frequently does. It's one of the colder seasons. Right up there with winter.
Rory stops when he catches you shaking your head slightly.
So I have heard.
Frankincense says, laughing.
Oh, Rory, you are ever so funny. The way you go on. Are we really making a weather comment? I had thought our relationship had progressed something beyond that.
Of course. I just thought we might appreciate the season together.
Rory coughs nervously.
You know, Rory, I didn't want to be quite so blunt, but I expect nothing less than a kiss. You know, that is permitted. We are engaged.
Are we? I mean, I know we are. It's just that, that is to say...
What do we want out of this interaction? What is our motivation?
I almost don't know anymore.
I think we should do something to put it off. Like don't say, go ahead!
Right, yeah, I'm not...
But how do we redirect this?
Right. Like, that is the irritating frankincense answer. It's like, I don't know if I want to irritate her. But that did seem like a good excuse. I don't know. Okay.
You have a bit of a cold and sore throat and don't wish to infect her, I murmur, knowing that this may irritate frankincense.
I have the sniffles.
Rory says, pulling out a handkerchief and honking into it.
We will leave that one up to the audience's imagination.
Oh wait, I'll do a funny sound effect for it.
Sure.
That is sneezing.
I feel like it needs to come back down.
Yes, perfect. The way he sneezes is so musical. Okay.
Well, but also he's pretending. He's just not very good at pretending.
Oh, well, I could probably do a good pretend one, or a not so good pretend. So, yeah, it's the sniffles.
It may be some sort of seasonal allergy, but it's best to be sure.
My goodness.
Frankincense says, riding closer to Rory.
May I feel your forehead?
No need.
But Frankincense halts her horse alongside Rory's, reaches out and touches him on the forehead.
You are quite clammy. Yes, you may well be a touch ill. Here, have a throat lozenge. It is made of kelp, sea salt, and buckwheat honey.
No need.
Rory says, but Frankincense insists and Rory gingerly accepts it.
My illness will pass.
Rory says.
But I beg your forgiveness vis-a-vis the kissing question.
He speaks French too.
Yes! I was just thinking that.
He has been ill all day, you say.
Naturally.
Frankincense purses her lips and a small crease appears in her forehead for a moment, before smoothing again. I think we've just made her more caring about him more.
No!
Yeah.
The peacocks shriek as if to comment on this emotionally fraught moment. Frankincense turns from Rory and then gives you a dazzling smile.
Oh, Cotswold, it has been far too long since you worked for us. But not a day goes by that I don't say, oh, how smooth Cotswold made life for us.
Is that the only thing you think?
No. I have many thoughts.
Nobody but you would notice, but as Frankincense speaks merrily of this and that, her eyes flicker over you in a most shocking but perhaps not wholly unwelcome manner.
Ooh.
She speaks of inconsequential matters, but you can hear what her eyes are saying. What is her eye voice?
We've repaired the old shed behind the house. You wouldn't recognize it.
I can't take my eyes off of you.
Oh my! That is creepy.
Mama finally threw out that old serving platter. The one with the vine design and the crack in the top. Remember how much we all made fun of it?
We had fun that night in the gazebo, didn't we? With the cold wind and the twining woodbine.
And Papa says he's going to sell the North Fields. Isn't that a shame?
Naturally must not after these desires that rage just below the surface. Better let the flames die away.
I understand, you say.
I understand too.
Rory says, bewildered.
It's really not that complicated. They're selling the North Fields. Really, Cotswold, try to keep up.
But what about the gazebo? As Frankincense talks, your mind wanders back to the day you left the service of the Signet, or Signet. Maybe it's Signet. Who knows? Signet household. Why did you have to leave their service? Was it because of the Night of Passion?
I feel like that has to be
Was
it,
it because-
doesn't it?
Is that or stealing, or Frankincense being too irritating, or natural wanderlust?
I think the first one makes the most sense with our character.
It's a different kind of lust. Because, after my night of passion with frankincense, things became strained. You both swore not to mention it again after you lost control, and while you did not speak directly, your body language, you felt, declared what had happened clearly for all to see. The knowledge of your illicit rendezvous infiltrated even the smallest interaction. Oh, this is her father.
Emily, be the dad.
Sure. I was also going to say that, rendezvous. Cotswold speaks French too.
Yeah, there's a lot of French in here.
The salt cellar needs refilling, Cotswold.
Her father said. He knows. You both wanted more, and you both knew what a bad idea it was, and so you had to leave. Frankincense's words shake you out of your reverie.
That's also a French word. So, come, Rory, let us be off. We must catch up with the others. I particularly want to talk to your Aunt Primrose about this hunt. She promised me that it would be a new style hunt, where no animals are harmed or frightened at all.
See?
Yep.
I love it. I love her.
Yes, we'll catch a fox and put him in a box and then we'll let him go.
Rory quips.
You laugh, but that is not right. No animal will be put in a box at all.
She points to the penned peacocks.
To capture the creatures of nature like this makes me very angry. Yes, I have some very serious discussions to hold with your aunt. I will change her mind. I also brought my own dinner in protest of the dinner she has prepared.
Frankincense has become a vegetarian.
Rory explains.
She does not eat beef.
I do not eat meat at all.
But surely you eat fish.
Rory says.
Fish is meat.
Frankincense says with fire.
Okay, then let me say it again. Fish is meat.
Frankincense says with fire. As Rory looks quizzical. You look at Frankincense, who looks a touch annoyed.
Unless Callie, really wants to be a vegetarian, I would just say, I would vote for fish being meat as well.
I mean, I think that's a good one.
Okay. I would vote for fish being meat as well.
They're more like vegetables of the sea.
Rory says.
That's how I always think of it. But have it your own way.
Thank you, Cotswold.
Frankincense says. I don't understand how they're vegetables of the sea.
This is
No.
Rory we're talking about, though.
He's kind of weird.
Could be like kelp or something.
I mean, I guess sea cucumbers are called sea cucumbers, but...
They're kind
They're
of
animals.
Aunt Primrose's chef does enjoy steak and coq au vin. The chef speaks French too. Actually, I think the chef is French, but and coq au vin and so forth. I do hope you will be well provided during your stay here, you say.
I hope so too. I provided the chef with a detailed list of instructions and some choice ingredients to make his job a bit easier in accommodating me.
Frankincense says.
I just don't quite understand why you won't eat fish, though. That's the part I don't quite follow.
Rory says.
We have...
Although, I guess, the English have had strange ideas about what count as fish or meat for a while. In medieval times, it was oh yeah, beaver's fish, so then you can eat it on fish days.
What?
Isn't that
Yeah.
Catholics in general that had... I mean, whale was considered fish?
That one I can understand maybe a little more, because at least it's from the water. Like seafood.
Well, I mean, if you define fish not in a taxonomic system, but in a what it looks like system, which they didn't know about taxonomy yet.
Right. We have had this conversation several times already, and it is most tiresome. I am a friend to swimming things, flying things, and crawling things. There is no animal for whom I do not feel admiration. Rory here seems to feel I take my convictions too far. You knew me when I was just beginning to get involved in local politics. You know the strength of my convictions. Tell him, Cotswold, of the strength of my convictions.
Frankincense insists.
Well, I say you take these things just a bit too far.
Rory says. They're having tension.
When we are wed, there will be no meat in my house.
Frankincense says.
We will have a healthy, ethical household, without poisons like alcohol or tobacco. They are no good for you, Rory. You are too precious to me.
For me as well.
Rory says.
You know the strength of my convictions.
I do.
So let us ride. We have so much to talk about. We have so many plans to make for our wedding, not least of all pinning down a date. I have a number of ideas for a honeymoon as well. What do you think of Venice? So romantic. Let us ride and talk.
Rory looks to you, face flushed.
Come with us.
He whispers.
Please. I don't know what's come over me, but I need you to come along.
Oh.
Seamus, Aunt Primrose's cantankerous and dyspeptic groom, leads out several white horses for you to consider.
Is this going to be Laura?
Laura, do you want to be a cantankerous and dyspeptic groom?
Yeah.
Be cantankerous.
Which one of these do you want? First, I've got Basket. Basket is fairly gentle. Lovely curly mane and tail. Good if you don't know much about what you're doing. But between you and me, she doesn't know what she's doing either. A bit of a dunce, that one. Then I've got Sassy Sunshine. Sassy Sunshine. With a big strong charger. Snorts fire. Good if you can take control of a wild thing of nature. Then you've got Old Dun Higginbottom. Old Dun Higginbottom is as mean as they come. And you've got to give as good as you do with him.
Those are the only choices?
Yup.
Then I'll take...
I want to take one of the last two. Those names are so good.
They're great names.
Also, the last horse might just kill us, which would be kind of funny if we got bucked off or something. I think Sassy Sunshine is a nice medium.
Yeah.
Let's go with Sassy.
Okay, then I'll take Sassy Sunshine?
A fine choice, I'm sure. They say that one's choice of horse says something about one's personality. That's what I hear anyway.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, people who try to ride Sassy Sunshine think of themselves as strong and clever.
Did you say try to ride?
Yes.
That's an interesting turn of phrase.
Well, Sassy Sunshine likes to be in charge. That's all. She needs someone she can respect.
I see. Hello, Sassy Sunshine. Sassy Sunshine looks you up and down, then looks away.
Ouch, that's not a great sign.
Seamus says.
You have to assure her that you are an unquestioned dominant force to be reckoned with.
Gently.
Says Frankincense.
I don't think you can show that you are the unquestioned dominant force to be reckoned with gently.
Says Rory. You look Sassy Sunshine in the eyes. It is a test of wills, and there are moments when you think you will surrender. But in the end, Sassy Sunshine grudgingly seems to relent, albeit in a half-hearted manner.
I did not expect that. I thought we would completely fail.
Yeah.
We still might. Night is young.
Oh, so is Valentine going to be Laura now?
Yeah.
If Laura wants, yeah.
Yeah.
At that moment, Valentine, your trainee, bounces around the corner of the house. Literally!
On a pogo stick.
I could believe it.
It's
I think it
canonical.
would be in character.
Perfect.
I'm not even really kidding. I could see this character doing that.
Boing, 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 boing.
Say, Cotswold, I'm going to start getting the post-hunt snack together. I've broken some of the delicate stoneware. Isn't that the most? I'm a terrible butterfingers sometimes. But it's pretty fun so far. I think I'm doing well. But Carlington says that he's this close to throwing me down a well. Would you come and lend a hand?
Post-hunt snack?
Yes. Mrs. Patterson has given instruction that we must set out an elegant table with light music. She was most specific. She then said that there would be hell to pay if everything wasn't perfect. I said that I didn't have a tremendous amount of experience at such things, but that I'd ask you. And then she said I could ask whomever I liked, as long as the work got done. She was rather curt about it.
What should you do? And this is a big enough. I mean, we'll be able to go back and forth, but it all takes time. So this is a big enough decision. I think we should all weigh in about what do we actually want to do during the hunt.
Oh, good, because I didn't want it to be all on me. I think the biggest question is, who do we want to like us the most? Because that, I don't know, that seems very divisionary. I'm kind of leaning towards the going hunting because that will keep us with Rory, and we can also possibly do Regina's thing. Although it's like, oh, poor Valentine on his pogo stick.
Yeah, no wonder he breaks. No wonder he breaks stuff.
Oh, that's true.
That's how he broke the delicate stemware.
Yeah.
He was trying to take it through the house using his pogo stick. Thought it would save some time.
I mean, I want to go hunting, but that's just because I just want to go hunting.
Okay, it's decided.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll go hunting.
Maybe fill you in on that it's an ethical hunt, by the way.
Yeah.
Where they're not like actually killing the foxes. I will go hunting and also judiciously interrogate the hunters, as I promised Regina, while Valentine fends for himself with his pogo stick.
Boing, boing, boing.
Return afterwards, and everything is broken, and there's just
That's how he broke it. There's the pogo stick.
Yeah.
He was trying to set the table with the pogo stick.
and there's just
on the
little
pogo stick.
scuff marks everywhere,
Everyone is mad.
including on the ceiling.
And you can't find Valentine anywhere, but there's like the pogo lying next to a ditch somewhere. Like, no, Valentine.
There's probably a well somewhere. Although Valentine looks at you with pleading eyes. See, we're gonna twist the knife a little.
Oh.
You made a promise to Regina, and Rory obviously needs you. I'm sorry, Valentine. Just use your best judgment for now.
But you'll come help me when you are able?
Perhaps, you say, and a glimmer of hope comes over Valentine's face.
I appreciate it. Really, I do.
Valentine says. I think that's probably also where we would have like option to like initiate romance stuff with him, but we've kind of already initiated 2 romances, so
We don't need all of them. Especially not the secret Aunt Primrose romance.
I requested it, sort of. You accept Sassy Sunshine from Seamus, Aunt Primrose's gnarled and crusty groom. Oh, he's that too. Okay. And then set off, along with Rory and Frankincense, to catch up with the rest of the hunting party. Riding at a good pace, you head to the woods in search of the hunting party. The hunt is just getting underway, the hounds are keenly on the scent, and Aunt Primrose is excitedly hollering about not letting the fox go to ground.
Cotswold!
Cries Aunt Primrose as you arrive.
Good of you to join us.
The hunt has just begun, and will conclude in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. There, that's how you can keep track of what you can do.
Cool.
What would be the best thing to do now?
Oh gosh, it's a timer.
Oh.
Someone calling our name faintly within the woods. Who knows what's going on there?
Ben knows.
I mean, that's true, I do know. And then the other 2 are the other places. They
Which,
take
why
extra
would we
time.
do that if we, like, just got here?
Yeah.
Then does the game call you out if, like, the entire 2 hours and 30 minutes you just go back and forth between places without actually doing anything?
I don't remember. But I think you could do that if you wanted to.
Just make everyone mad at you.
Kind of feeling riding with Mopsy.
Yeah, Mopsy's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could talk with her about figs.
Cool.
You approach Mopsy, whose corkscrew ringlets are fetchingly disheveled by the ride, and several stick out nearly perpendicularly to her head. As you approach, she favors you with a dazzling smile.
Don't you love hunting? Don't you love the outdoors? If only figs were here to ride by my side. How merry we should be.
What topic of conversation would you like to broach to Mopsy?
I would ask about the impending marriage, maybe. See what her take on it is.
Okay. I ask her what she thinks of the impending marriage between Rory and Frankincense. Mopsy thinks for a moment before responding, and then she says, quite loudly,
I think it's a wonderful thing when two people who love each other have the opportunity to spend their lives together. Wouldn't you say that's true, Aunt Primrose?
Aunt Primrose slows down and rides next to you, she says.
What are you addressing me?
I was simply asking Mopsy about...
They asked me how I felt about Frankincense joining our family. How lovely it is when two people find one another and are unimpeded. Mopsy, I must ask you to stop babbling.
Aunt Primrose says.
I have no idea what you are on about. Take a breath of the fresh autumn air, why don't you? How lucky we are to be alive and relish the hunt. The mock hunt, you mean?
Oh, that's Frankincense.
Sorry, that's Frankincense. Whoops.
Too many voices.
It's the mock hunt, you mean?
Frankincense calls.
In which no living thing is harmed.
In which Callie talks to herself, like,
3
squared.
times.
That is, of course, what I meant.
Aunt Primrose clarifies.
Charge in there. You see how it is.
Mopsy says when Aunt Primrose has spurred away.
Nobody listens to me. Nobody cares about little Mopsy.
She puts one of her fingers inside one of her ringlets and boings it half-heartedly. I care. Or, what?
Don't do
Or
that
just
one.
sad.
No, I'm not gonna be mean to Mopsy. I care, Mopsy.
Okay. I care, Mopsy. I will do what I can in order to ensure that you and Figs are together.
I mean, we already kind of committed with that painting, so...
Oh.
Yes. Oh, I knew that already. Remember when you hugged me when you first saw me this afternoon? Then you said that you were always here for me, and I was weeping in your arms.
Of course I remember.
I knew that was what you were saying to me. That you would do absolutely anything I asked of you.
I don't think...
No, Cotswold. Let's not discuss this here. There are prying ears everywhere. Isn't that right, Colonel Firesnuff? What?
Colonel Firestuff says, genuinely startled. See? All of your voices.
What? This quite right.
Mopsy falls silent but rubs her hands together gleefully. After a while, you have to bid Mopsy farewell and ride off. Farewell, Mopsy, you say. I must carry out several other responsibilities elsewhere.
That's all right. We will speak of matters of rather great import later. I'm rather looking forward to it.
You take your leave of Mopsy and consider your options. The hunt's excitement is mounting. The hounds have started to maneuver the fox into more open ground, and it seems that soon it will have nowhere to hide or retreat. The hunt will conclude in about 2 hours. That was a half hour. Okay. What would be the best...
We're slogging right through it. I think we should check in with Rory and Frankincense. We gotta be good to our boss.
And our beloved...
Yeah.
Yes.
and
boss.
our
And our
former
love
beloved.
interest.
Lover boy.
Both of our love interests.
Yeah, it gets awkward.
Our boss and our love interest and our love interest.
And our ex-boss.
Okay, so our boss and our ex-boss and our love interest and our love interest.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's only 2 people.
right.
I join Rory and Frankincense as they hunt together. Rory and Frankincense ride together, but you can see that Rory looks anxious and Frankincense seems vaguely annoyed. Clearly they are not getting along quite as well as they might,
I'm glad you're here, Cotswold.
says Rory with some relief on his face.
We were just having a spirited conversation that you may be able to shed some light on.
They seem to be discussing whether or not the exotic animal judging at the Harvest Festival is ethical or not. Frankincense strongly believes that the competition ought to be eliminated entirely, while Rory is unsure. Frankincense is explaining that while the fox in this fox hunt has been carefully selected to be one that enjoys running about and is good friends with the hounds, and will not in any way be harmed in this hunt, the animals at the Harvest Festival are less privileged. They both turn to you, and you instantly sense the precariousness of this moment. With a highly effective conversational gambit, you might be able to sway the very course of their relationship in the manner of your choosing, but with less than a delicate touch, it could backfire. It would be less risky, but less effective, to simply agree with one of them. What would be the best approach at this juncture? And since we just skipped Laura, I think we're saying it's Laura's turn.
Good luck, Laura.
Okay.
Do we want to help ease the conversation so they help them fall in love? Or do we want to cause friction between them? Do we want to support Rory at the expense of Frankincense, or support Frankincense at the expense of Rory?
Oh my god. Kind of feeling the third one.
Support Rory.
Foster confidence, yeah.
I offer support. Sorry, were you saying something?
I mean, we may annoy him, but we might not, so.
Or her, because Frankincense is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know, it's confusing because they both have gender neutral names because they can both swip. Swip?
It's like how Colonel Fire Snuff snaps.
Yes.
It's fine, I just can't speak English. I will do the rest in a fake combination of languages that I do not speak.
Yay!
O fresco, le supporta tu royatun, bolsteria confidence. I veneto ma anno ash, francai osu usans.
Okay.
Don't ask what languages that was supposed to be. I don't know.
It's like, usually we discuss linguistics on this show. This time it's just like, who knows? Be free.
Okay, I offer support to Roy to bolster his confidence, even though that may annoy Frankincense. I couldn't agree more, you say to Rory. The exotic animal judging at the Harvest Festival is just a bit of light fun, nothing more. They had pythons last year, and once I believe there was a koala bear. Can you imagine? The soft, cuddly creatures there, in a pain? I really can't speak.
They're in pain. Why would you agree with Rory?
The soft, cuddly creatures there, in a pen for us to gaze upon. Glad glumam saplukumps, mihalgas aldebikup. I am now speaking Simlish.
It just devolves further.
We need to play The Sims. We just... Oh. They're so strange.
Dag,
It's-
go fleesh.
Yeah!
It's like the author is hoping for us to do this playthrough. I hope he won't be too disappointed when halfway through it just kind of devolves into us saying random words.
Dirty!
Rory
The
says.
Sims.
That wasn't even me.
Say something in Simlish, and then we'll do Rory says.
Oh, I want to speak my lines.
It's okay. Well, I'll see if I can stop laughing.
That's a challenge now.
It was fun.
Rory says.
I'm glad you see that, Cotswold. Remember when you won the ring toss?
Of course, sir. And you tried and tried to match my score.
You'll have such a lovely time this year, Frankincense.
Rory says.
I assure you, we'll see to it.
Frankincense is silent for a moment, then laughs.
Oh, Cotswold.
She says.
Oh, Rory, the two of you together are priceless. I disagree with you both, but I can't be upset with you. Look at you both, reminiscing about the ring toss.
It was a particularly fine ring toss, Booth.
Rory says.
And I shall show it to you. There will be no ring that is not tossed.
I look forward to it.
Frankincense says. You smile benignly and look to see who else you would like to speak to. The hunter's cries nearly drown out the hound's barks as the fox has been flushed out of all hiding holes and is running from the hounds. The hunt is in full chase and the welkin rings with the sound of it. The hunt will conclude in 1 hour and 30 minutes. What would be the best thing to do now?
Oh, I was going to say that we should actually do what Regina wants us to do. But now that I see that we can talk to Rory some more.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I spent some time talking to Rory alone.
You make it sound.
No, it was a very suggestive tone, Ben.
As opposed to, I speak to Frankincense privately.
I mean, both could be like that. I mean, I don't know.
In the
How
middle
about-
of a hunt.
I approach
Yeah.
Aunt Primrose and
No!
chat with her.
No!
No!
Hey, Aunt Primrose. I'm looking for an experienced woman.
No!
No, never.
Ben.
Powerful voice and very classy woman with elegance and refinement. I know that we can share mutually interesting and intellectual discourse. Would you like to have a private symposium? Sort of a
No.
classy soiree?
No!
Next!
Okay, we talked to Rory instead. You catch up with Rory, persuading Sassy Sunshine to ride alongside him. Frankincense has ridden forward a bit and is talking to Mopsy, giving you and Rory a bit of time to talk alone.
This is exhausting, Cotswold.
We do not have the opportunity for such vigorous physical exercise in London, sir.
Oh yes, that's true. My person will be sore for days, I imagine. That's not what I meant. It's emotionally and mentally exhausting being with all these people and having to put on a face, if you know what I mean. How'd you do? And, oh really, all the livelong day.
You miss your domestic comforts?
I do. Beslippered feet on the ottoman, with the morning paper and hot beverage emitting steam into the cool morning air. The peace of the morning, or rather, the early afternoon, washing over me.
Okay. Can be supportive, suffering. I know.
I
you-
like supportive. We want Rory to
point
like
that
us.
little okay. I offer some supportive words. Buck up, sir. We shall return to your comforts soon enough.
It cannot come soon enough. I like predictability, and, well, I like to set my own schedule.
That is certainly true. You and Rory hang way back and begin taking up the rear of the hunt. The roar of the horses dies down and the din of the hounds fades. It's just the two of you now, riding together through falling leaves. Okay, just a little Tchaikovsky. You and Rory ride quietly next to each other for a while. The late autumn afternoon has that distinctive smell of aging leaves and the promise of snow to come in a few months. A few leaves crunch under Sassy Sunshine's hooves as you ride along. That was a good horse choice. Just like reading that name, you know?
Mhm.
Finally, Rory clears his throat.
You know, Cotswold, I'm sure you have a lot to do. You are busy on my behalf here, there, and everywhere. I don't want to hold you up. We probably have 101 things to talk about. My mind is filled with worries about money and frankincense and keeping Aunt Primrose happy and poor Mopsy and Figs.
He shrugs.
But writing out here, all of that just seems like a bunch of nonsense. I don't know that I care to think about any of it at all. I don't want to talk about anything serious. What would you say if I asked you if you would be willing to just ride here with me, in the back of the pack, quietly, and not say one word about anything serious? Even as I ask you, I know that you can't. You are terribly busy.
Well, we can do it, or we can leave, or we can do it with frankincense, too.
I mean, I would be inclined to stay with him for a while.
Yes.
Shivers on deck. Says the guy who totally went after Rory.
Ditch frankincense, 2018. Oh.
That is what I want too, sir. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Can you hear music, Cotswold?
Did I surreptitiously hide a phonograph in my pack? No phonograph here. No. Don't look for the big rotating cylinder.
Good.
Rory says.
Now let's ride.
As you canter through the woods together, you do not speak, and you do not need to. Rory looks splendid. You can't speak over the sound of the music anyway.
Yes.
Gilded by the lowering sun and allowing his thoughts to melt away for a moment, just enjoying the light in the air. Rory keeps turning to look at you, and then remembers that your goal is to refrain from talking about anything difficult, and settles down again. But it keeps happening. Sir?
Nothing.
Rory says.
Uh,
Yes?
Nothing. One moment. Let us stop. I need to rest my aching muscles for a bit.
You come to a stop, and Rory rubs the back of his neck. Are you looking forward to dinner tonight, sir? I hear that there will be... I guess that's French, but let's pretend it's something completely different. Mille-foile.
Millefeuille. Millefeuille, it means 1,000 pages. It's a pastry that's a lot of layers.
Yeah, basically like a puff pastry.
Yeah.
That makes sense, like folio.
Millefeuille.
There will be mille-foile pastries.
So you insist on saying it that way.
Yeah, it sounds nefarious when you say it that way. I like it.
A brown leaf and... Oh, back to the romantic moment, sorry.
Love it.
A brown leaf and a twig has stuck in Rory's hair.
I have worked up an appetite like none other. I'll eat more than my share, I can assure you. I think it's Laura's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, ignore the twig, tell him about the twig, brush it off, brush it and your lips.
Oh, I like it. That's a little bit forward, but I do like it. I mean, we've been here for a while and we haven't made a move.
This is true, we've
Let's
had a
make a
lot of
move.
opportunities, so...
We have waited a long time.
And I think we have a pretty darn good relationship score. Let's
see what it looks like.
76.
Oh, that's a C. We pass. Come on. We can.
And, like, you've set the mood so well with the
Yes!
music and the fight.
Romance, romance, romance,
Romance,
romance.
romance.
Oh my gosh, go for it.
Go for it.
Do it.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, da,
music is
da,
so
da, 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 da. It's from La Boheme. You reach out and brush off the leaf. The twig takes a bit of untangling and you gently coax it out of his hair so that it doesn't snag. Extracting it, you let it fall, and as it falls, Rory turns to look at you from inches away. The twig falls, and something falls inside you as well. Your heart must be audible to him.
Oh God, that doesn't sound healthy.
And you lean towards him. Sassy Sunshine, in response to your lean, abruptly leans way over, brushing your lips against Rory's lips.
Oh.
Says Rory.
I think I don't want to blame the horse. Well, I want him to know it was intentional, so let's go the first one. Why not? We're going all in.
I throw my arms around Rory. You kiss Rory and throw your arms around him. The phonograph is just getting a workout. While Sassy Sunshine and Rory's horse start walking away from each other. They're just done.
No!
Leaving you both clutching each other, leaning against each other without much horse between either of you.
Let's figure this out.
Rory says. Regarding the horse situation, you clarify.
Yes, that as well.
You both coax your horses back under you.
I seem to remember, a long time ago, something about you saying that you have a tendency to become emotionally involved with your employers.
It is an occupational hazard to which I'm seemingly prone, sir. More than once.
This ride did not succeed in clearing my mind at all.
Rory says as you begin riding again. I'm sorry, sir.
Don't be sorry. Never be sorry. But now I really need some time to think.
You ride closer to the hunting party.
I am not very good at complicated situations. I would go so far as to say that I am awful at them. You understand that this is madness.
I do, but you say?
Yes, but indeed.
Rory sighs, looking off into the distance.
Let us ride back and join the others. We've been antisocial long enough.
Silently, the two of you ride back to the hunting party. But there has been a shift in the day. It may have been a movement of the angle of light through the trees, but you suspect it is something deeper, more fundamental. Nothing will ever be quite the same. The dogs examine some recent spoor, and then bark at length with an almost mournful tone, as if knowing that the hunt will soon be done. The hunt will conclude in about 30 minutes. Now what?
Hunting we will go. Hunting we will go.
Hi-ho the Dario.
Hunting we will go. Yeah.